Muslim leaders refused to support harsh economic and diplomatic measures against Israel for its continuous crimes in Gaza on Saturday, even as they denounced the barbaric conduct of Israeli soldiers in the region. The results of a joint conference between the Organisation of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, and the Arab League, AL, revealed disagreements within the region about how to react to the Israeli attacks, even as concerns about its potential to attract other nations grow. The meeting was held against the backdrop of widespread resentment throughout the Middle East and beyond over Israel's ground and aerial assault on Gaza, which has claimed over 11,000 lives, the majority of them civilians, many of them minors. The summit's final statement denied Israel's assertions that it is operating in self-defense and called for the UN Security Council to enact a decisive and binding resolution to put an end to Israel's aggression. Furthermore, it rejected out of hand any potential political settlement in the future that would maintain Gaza's independence from the Israeli-occupied West Bank. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the de facto ruler of Saudi Arabia, stated at the summit that he holds the occupation Israeli authorities responsible for the crimes committed against the Palestinian people. Prior to the conflict, bin Salman was thinking about forging formal diplomatic ties with Israel. During his first visit to Saudi Arabia since the two nations' rapprochement in March, Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi declared that Muslim countries have to label the Israeli army as a terrorist organization due to its actions in Gaza. Originally, it was intended for the OIC, a 57-member group that includes Iran, and the Arab League to meet separately. Arab diplomats told AFP that the Arab League delegates were unable to agree on a final statement, which led to the decision to combine the sessions. According to the diplomats, some nations, such as Algeria and Lebanon, suggested cutting off diplomatic and economic relations that certain Arab League members had with Israel in response to the destruction in Gaza by threatening to cut off oil supply to Israel and its allies. The plan was, however, rejected by at least 3 nations, including Bahrain and the United Arab Emirates, which restored diplomatic relations with Israel in 2020, according to the unnamed diplomats. Hamas demanded in a statement released from Gaza that attendees of the summit remove Israeli diplomats, establish a court to try Israeli war criminals, and establish a fund for the territory's rehabilitation. According to Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, the meeting will be ineffective if there are no real punitive steps taken against Israel. Any action or statement we make will be meaningless if we do not have effective tools for pressure, declared Mr. Assad, who was let back into the Arab community last year following a protracted break over his nation's civil conflict. He declared that unless a permanent ceasefire is achieved, no Middle Eastern nation should participate in any political process with Israel, including cultivating economic ties. It is a shame that Western countries, which always talk about human rights and freedoms, remain silent in the face of the ongoing massacres in Palestine, stated Recep Tayyip Erdogan, the president of Turkey.